Hi everybody, you've got the Lapbook Lady here, and we're going to work through how to do the Trees and Forests Lapbook and how to put it together. So first things first is how to fold your lapbook. So as you can see, there's a short side and a tall side. So we're going to start by taking that taller side and line it up with your center line. And straight along the bottom, fold it up. If your teacher's really nice to you, she probably would have done this, or he would have done this for you already. But it's also something you guys can figure out too. So fold that along there like that. Fold up. And there you've got your first step. Okay, so you're gonna need a pencil to figure out this next step. So if you need to pause the video to grab one, do that. If not, we'll carry on. So you're gonna open up the lapbook and you're gonna center your title page in this middle section here. It's the easiest way to do this. And then fold over one side, doesn't matter which side, because hopefully your folds are all nice. Take a pencil, draw a nice thick line down the middle here so that you can see where to cut. Okay. So next you're going to need your glue, and we'll glue your title page onto the front. Okay, so pick a side, doesn't matter which side. Fold it over, flip it upside down. You're just going to glue along this edge first, just so you can get it in place easily without having to try and stick the whole thing down all at once. So try and get it nice and tight up against that edge. Bottom first. There we go. Flip it open. Stick some glue down there and flatten. Perfect. Okay, do the same thing with the other side. All right, ta-da, you got your front cover on. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is the back. So that's this, your branching pattern, leaf arrangement sneaks. So this is the trees that you found out in nature around your school. So you're going to name your tree, what kind of branching pattern, leaf arrangement, leaf shapes, and then you're going to draw a picture of the tree here, okay? Okay, next step we're going to do your tree shapes. So this one, there's 10 different types of tree shapes that you have in here. And your teacher will decide with you what you're going to put on each flap, if you're going to write about it or if you're going to draw a picture of it. That's up to her. So the most important thing is to make sure you've got them in number order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you've cut them all out real well. You're going to get out a stapler and put 2 staples. Okay, there we go. All right, now when you're gluing, make sure you don't glue all these flaps, just glue on the back of the number 10 flap. Then it'll stay down better. So just number 10, and then all over the back of the page, the 10-page sheet. Okay, make sure you get around those staples too, helps to keep it glued down better. Okay, and that one goes up in this top corner here because it's nice and wide to fit it in better. Okay, so there's your tree shapes. All right, next one we got is your tree types. So this one you've cut all the way around the outside. We're going to fold along each of the dotted lines. So just lay it down, fold it up on each dotted line. So when you're gluing this one on, make sure you've got deciduous trees at the top, because if you put anything else, well, actually, I guess it works either way. The only way don't put it is this way, because then your words are upside down, and this way your words are upside down. So you can either put it as deciduous at the top or coniferous at the top, your choice. Doesn't really matter either way, and we're going to glue it right there. So flip it over, glue down the back. My glue lid ran away on me. And lay it down. Just like that. And then on the back of each flap, you can write what it is and draw a picture here, or ask your teacher, and they will let you know exactly what they want you to do with that one. All right, good job. Okay, next we're gonna work on this one. Now this one's a little bit of a trickier foldable. And why trees is talking about how they give life to our environment, how we use them for recreation, how plants and animals use them as habitats, and the raw materials we get from trees. So these are answer cards that you're going to go through with your teacher. We're just going to put those off to the side, and I will show you how to fold this. Okay, so start at the bottom and fold along this dotted line, just so you got your title page up. Okay, and fold the top down. And now open it up, and you're going to use a pair of scissors, probably not on your lap book, but you don't have to go very hard, so just use a pair of scissors and just use the edge and lightly score along that line. Oh, all the way. Come on, Mrs. K. All the way until you can pop it open a little bit, okay? So the trick is to make sure you're holding your scissors at an angle, because that's where the sharp part is. If you hold it straight, you're just going to rip it. So make sure you hold them at an angle. If your teacher has X-Acto knives, those work great too. Okay, so now we're going to fold over these accordion file kind of things. So fold the first one all the way across, and then fold it out along that dotted line, and then back in again. Okay, just like that. And now you're just going to put glue right on there. Actually, let's fold the other side first. That's easier. Okay, so fold in, out, along that dotted line. Try and get along the line as best you can. You can use a ruler if you want. Sometimes that works better too. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. Okay. And then put glue just on this top flap. Okay, if you put glue on all the other ones, then it'll just glue the accordion thing right down again, and you won't have enough space in there to put all your cards in. It's harder to get them in and out. So glue along there, and then lay it flat, and fold this up, lay it flat, fold it up, just like that, and then fold this down, and that pops inside there. Okay, so just to open it up, make sure you've got that nice accordion folder thing going. Your glue doesn't go anywhere else too much. Okay, flip it over, and you're just gluing here. Don't glue your title. Just glue it there like that. And this one goes at the top. Try and center it as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now your cards for your different information about why we need trees go inside. And then this folds over into the flap you made, in theory. There we go. Okay, perfect, good job. Okay, the next one we've got is your leaf shapes, branching patterns, and leaf arrangements. Now these all fit here, so here's your trick. I know I've got them held together with bobby pins. Take one at a time and just put them off to the side. Make sure you start with the middle one. It doesn't matter what order you put them in, it's not a big deal. So you can see that the different leaf shapes are heart-shaped, spear-shaped, needle-shaped, round-shaped, and hand-shaped. Okay, so put those off to the side, and I'll show you how to fold this. You're just folding the flaps back to make a pocket. Okay, so fold them back, side back, and then the bottom one up. Just like that. Okay, and then we're just gonna glue, actually, you know what? We're gonna fold the pockets first. So make sure you keep these in order so you know which one is where. Which ones go where. And we're gonna fold all of these so we make sure we have enough space for them. If you have the color one, the words are color coordinated with the folder they go into, okay? So the yellow words go with the yellow pocket. If it's just black and white, then you might want to color them so you can remember which one goes with which. Okay, so now we've got our 3 branching leaf or pattern pocket thingies. Okay, let's start with the middle one. And just glue the pocket. Don't glue your papers in. If you want to take them out so you can make sure that they don't end up glued, that's a good idea too. I just leave them in there so you can see how far away from the top of this they need to be. Okay, first one, nice and straight. Ta-da! Close and make sure it all fits good. Perfect. All right, last thing for the center is your people and the trees. So this is the different ways that people need to do things with trees, all sorts of different things. Your teacher will walk through with you what it is that you need to do on each folder. But for now, take them and tap them at the top so they're all nice and arranged by the top. And then take your stapler. And this one's long, so we're gonna put 3 staples in. Goodness, I need a new stapler. 3 staples. Just don't do what I did. Try and make sure that, actually it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you're only gluing the last flap down. So don't put glue all along here. Same as the other one, just whatever's on the back. Glue that one and then the other one down. There's really not a lot of order for what these need to go in. You can kind of put them in whatever order you like. Okay, there we go. Make sure that back one's glued down really good. And then you can go through the rest of them and write on them what needs to be written on them. Okay, all right, let's get into our tree morphology. So this is the different phases of growth that a twig will make. So this one's pretty easy. All you gotta do is glue it on. It's got most of the information on it already for you. So it's just a diagram for you to reference. You can see where the growth is for each year. Okay, skinny little title. Oopsies. Glue that and stick it on above your twig. Okay, now we're gonna do your nutrient life cycle. This one's a little bit tricky. Again, you can use your scissors like we did before. If you have X-Acto knives, those work even better, but you need to cut these lines so that you have these nice little flaps. And this is gonna line up behind it so you can see what it is underneath each flap. Okay, so it's really important that you line this one up perfectly with the bottom, or when you lift them up, the information won't be in the right place. You see that? Okay, so all you have to do is glue this part here, so don't glue the flap. So the easiest way to do that, I'm just gonna put this off to the side, is to fold these up so that they're out of the way, like so, and then just glue around it. So just get some glue all around there, all the edges. You're gonna get glue places. Probably putting down a piece of paper might be a better idea than what I'm doing. Okay, just to make sure it's gonna stick really good. And then you're gonna line it up with the bottom. As best you can, and stick it down. And when you flip it over, you should be able to see everything really good. You might have to fudge it a little bit, but it should work. There we go. Okay. There's a thing in there for making sure you cut it out properly. Okay, so you've got that glued on, then all you gotta do is glue this down and close all your little flaps. Glue this down and make sure there's room for your nutrient cycle title page at the top, okay? So maybe glue that down first so you make sure you have the space you need for it. And then your fun little flap thing. Glue everywhere. Stick it down. And now you are ready to learn all about Canada's trees and forests. Good job, everybody.